Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are in the Chantry of Lothering, and yeah, we have to talk to a few people, so let's do that. Lots of refugees here, fleeing from the Darkspawn invasion.
There's word of Darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all.
Let's talk to
May
Sir
the Maker
Brian.
have mercy on us. Yes? Who might you be?
You can call me Theron.
I am Sir Brian, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Eamon's knights?
Do many of his knights come here?
Some have in recent days. Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donal, is here searching for fantasies while... Never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
We heard about the urn in the one letter. Things seem very dire in this village.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I need some information.
If the matter is important, certainly.
Are you in charge here?
The revered mother leads this flock. I merely command her Templars. Normally, our role is to protect the Chantry and seek out unsanctioned magic. For now, it is all we can do to protect the innocent.
Makes sense. And if you found an unsanctioned mage?
Let us pretend that I was such a mage. What would you do to me?
I have no time to even think about such things right now. My concern is protecting these people. I see nothing threatening them other than the Darkspawn.
I think it's very interesting good that he kind of sets his occupational duty aside because he has the means to help people, so he chooses to help the people instead. How do Templars fight against magic?
We have more than swords at our disposal. We're taught to dispel unholy magics as well. If only our powers work to keep away the Darkspawn. Alas, it is not so.
Where would I find the revered mother?
In her study, no doubt. Preparing what she will take when we eventually evacuate.
Are you the only protection this village has?
Our ban was summoned by Tailor Logain, and he took his soldiers north with him. Lothering has been abandoned.
That's not good. Tell me about something else.
If the matter is important, certainly.
Have you heard any recent news?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us?
Yes.
None of it is good. Tailor Logain is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
What do you mean?
Tailor Logain has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner. And the king's corpse is barely cold. If Eamon was able to intervene, perhaps it would not have gone this far. I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over who owns a cottage while it burns down around them.
It is interesting to hear that Eamon appears to be sick, because Alistair suggested that we should talk to Eamon, since he is supposed to be a very honorable lord. Well, I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
I like this guy. He seems very honorable. Now let's talk to the Sir Donal. He is part of the urn quest.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donal? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Tailor Logain.
If Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure
I like
any
his armor.
illness. but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Shouldn't you be fleeing the Darkspawn?
My mission takes priority, but I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
So your quest for the Ashes brought you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
I see. Tell me more about this urn of sacred ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
We Dalish don't learn much about your religion.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Who is Sir Henrik?
My fellow knight and traveling companion. He is delayed, though.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his. Yeah, that is where we got the letter.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
Is there... I drove off the bandits that killed him.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Tailor Logain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Tailor Logain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Tailor has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Is there any point in going to Redcliffe?
He may be dead already. Or perhaps his luck has changed in the weeks I have been gone.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
Okay.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
Maybe we'll meet each other again in Redcliffe, since we will definitely go there at some point as well.
And when the Maker spoke,
let's see if we can find the revered mother.
Scattered in the darkness, the word dispelled fear and ignorance.
Anyone with a name.
Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted.
Okay. Can't unlock. Okay.
Forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world,
there we have
let
her.
it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our
Hey.
unwavering...
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
Who are you?
I am the revered mother of this Chantry. Traditionally, those who seek my blessing tithe first.
What tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
I only have 10 silver.
1 out of 1 is a more generous gift than 10 out of thousands. What can I do for you then?
I need your help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put
Oh
me in
dear.
a difficult position. You must know that Tailor Logain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
So I've heard, but it is Logain who betrayed the king.
Tailor Logain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Can you provide any help for the Grey Wardens at all?
I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village and Chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else...
Oh, perhaps I should
May the
go.
Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
That wasn't as fruitful as I was hoping.
The Maker return to the Black City in heaven, and
You ever
then shall
wonder
the
if
chant
that's an
of light
accurate
make
likeness
it
of
pure.
Andraste?
Let all
Maybe
mankind
she was
be
ugly.
humble.
Maybe she
Let
had
all
buck teeth.
repeat the chant of
How
light.
do we know?
Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
It's a good point.
When the Maker spoke, chant of light.
I don't think accuracy are necessarily a gift, okay? Are necessarily the point of those depictions.
Fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the
Okay.
shadows come.
So that is, I think, for now, everything we can do in the Chantry. We might have to return. Okay. So, back outside. I think it's time for us to cross the bridge finally.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
These two. Let's talk to Allison.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
What do you need traps for?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Barlin has poison traps on his land?
He doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of traps. He can be a bit eccentric.
Sounds like it. Why don't you buy some?
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
Sorry, I can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
It's alright. I mean, maybe we'll find some traps or...
As you say.
Find someone who can make traps. So, it is interesting though. I think they do a good job at showing how desperate and fearful this village is of being invaded. Alda Miriam.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
What?
Lothering's full up with refugees. Might be space in Allison's barn. Speak up.
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I don't, but my friend does.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many
I think that
injured or
depends
sick.
on
We do our best.
who you have
but
in
we're
your
out of
party.
supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Okay. More than just plans. Let's steal this chainmail. Also, let's look at the quest. Current crest. Blight. Isle of Redcliffe. Gain Orzaman's aid. Gain the cooperation of the Daily Elves. Broken Circle. Rest and resupply. You have arrived in Lothering and may rest and resupply here. Past the village lies the Imperial Highway. The road. Okay. Know about that. And Lothering. The chant is bored. Yeah. And craft the portrait. Elder Miriam has requested that you use your skill with herbs to craft some lesser health poultices for injured refugees. Skills? Where can I craft things, though? How do I do that? Up, no. Inventory. I mean, there is crafting, but how do I craft? Inspect, destroy, no. No. Change party, menu, tactics, map, journal, inventory, skills. I assume she could move to herbalism. The character can make simple potion pulls and salts from common herbs. Okay, the question is just how. I don't know. Crafting. Use during alpha restores a small amount of health, and those with skill can use alpha to make potent elixirs. Use. Oh no. No, I just ate it. I don't know. Maybe I need something else to do that. I don't know. I'll probably find out at some point. It's a chicken.
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there? No one else?
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
Oh boy. Mother was dating. Oh. Good for her.
Yes.
So maybe if I gather the herbs for her, maybe she then will tell me how to craft things. Helpful refugee.
You might not want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
Okay, why is the tavern full?
Same reason the Chantry's full, packed with people who fled their homes. The tavern keeper's letting folks sleep on the floors, but he can only fit so many. And those soldiers are getting restless.
Tell me about these soldiers.
They're not here to defend us. They were looking for someone before they started drinking. I hear they almost killed a man because they didn't like his face. I wonder if they're deserters from the King's army.
You seem unhappy.
Is there any reason to be happy? With the King dead, them Darkspawn will overrun Lothering before anyone can organize. You'd think those soldiers could at least run off the bandits. I hear someone gave them what they deserved. Wasn't you, was it?
Yes, that was me.
It was? Hey, everyone! This is the one who drove out those thieving bastards! More will probably come, but it's good to know some justice is left here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Didn't like them. So.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the tavern. How
okay, let's enter the tavern.
Where the urn of sacred ashes is. Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
Well, look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
What makes you think we are traitors?
Chan Logain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Oh, you're a really pleasant guy.
Of course.
Oh boy. Let's switch weapons for this one.
Cross me and you shall pay!
Am I even hitting something?
Alright, battle
You will not win!
Let's make this quick!
Liliana's helping us, nice.
Now we get our hands quickly! I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
I will not
Don't try to be merciful!
Right, you've won!
Nothing like a brush with death to make
Good.
you...
They've learned their
Not
lesson
like
and we
death
can
much.
all stop fighting now.
So... The Grey Warden didn't betray King Caelan, Logain did.
I was there! The turn pulled us out of a trap.
The turn left the king to die.
Wardens led the king to his death. The turn could do nothing!
Take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him! Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
So I see. Where does a sister learn to fight like that? And who are you anyhow?
Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
And is there something you wanted from me?
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Right, I believe this is where I back away slowly. Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Well, I will not turn away any help.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Let's... I mean, obviously we take us. Let's take Lilia. How do I...
Indeed.
Let's protect the doggo. Don't want him in harm's way. I don't want to see what her skills are. Okay.
As you say.
Now, let's look at her inventory. So she is using a dagger. Don't really have anything else for her right now. There's some leather boots. Don't really have anything better for her. She does have 18 strength. But since she is melee, I do want to give her at least some protection. Emblem necklace. What does she have there? Cunning and mental resistance. I think she's more like a rogue, so I'll certainly skill her like that, but I don't have any more weapons right now. Fair enough.
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through.
Okay.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Okay. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
The Chantry says the Maker has left us.
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
Fair point. Yeah, believe what feels right to you, Liliana.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
I'm not arguing with your faith. Let's talk to our other companions since we're in Tavern. Let's have a nice chat.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
Must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this for a long time then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
I see. Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
And what do other animals think of you when you are changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
There have been Danish keepers who use similar magic.
Oh? then I have no doubt your people do much to keep their talents well hidden from humans. I wonder if I was to ask one of your keepers of the origin of their magics, if there would be any relation to what I was taught.
Maybe. Don't know much about our origins, I'm afraid.
Ah, this makes sense according to what I know of the elves. Alas. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
I think your abilities sound quite useful. It does seem quite revolting. Maybe tied to flagpole and tickled. That would just make you angry, I think. I think your abilities sound quite useful. Let's joke with her. Maybe tied to flagpole and tickle.
I wouldn't advise it. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
I think she didn't take that joke too well. But overall, +2. That's good.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
You're a heartless shrew, you know that.
And you are a fool. Is there a reason for this sudden insult? Do you wish me to leave?
No. What I want is for you to not be bish. I actually meant it as a compliment.
Ah. Too kind of you, then.
Ooh. Ooh.
What do you wish of me?
Ooh.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Kokari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime.
Beg pardon, then, while I jump for joy. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
You remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring, that sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not a human.
Do not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are?
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Okay, we made it up again. Let's talk a little bit to Alistair.
What do you need?
You want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I just thought you might need to talk.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
What about the other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for when they fall in battle. The Dailies don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
Bury them and plant a tree over their remains.
That sounds quite beautiful. Life springing from death. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Anytime. Anytime. +2 only. Jeez. Wasn't that impressed. Let's talk to Barlin.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
You out of food?
Whole mess of refugees come in and leave near every night. All have hungry bellies, sad tales, and mementos for barter. I sold that bleeding merchant outside about half my larder 2 weeks back, and now he's charging outrageous sums for all my food.
Don't worry about him, I took care of it.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Okay, and he's selling stuff. But why does he have...
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
No any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison?
I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Any idea where I could get ingredients?
There's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
Show me what you got. I can get rid of this bow, the leather boots. I don't really need either. I still don't know how to craft anything. Poisonous proposition. But this is where we will leave it off today, and then we'll continue with more Dragon Age Origins tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. That helps me out a bunch and will bring you more content in the future. Until next time, have a great time. Bye bye.